cuties, it's me, your friend Steph, and we are about to go on a 12-week journey. I know it sounds long, but I want to break down the little things so that this is actually something that you maintain. So it's a 12-week journey to really powerful and blissful self-love. So that is such an awesome journey to be taking. This is where we dive into that emotional and mental fitness. So for this week, you're definitely going to want to grab a journal. Probably for the whole 12 weeks, you're going to want a journal. So go ahead and get yourself a journal that feels really good to you, or a notebook if you're not into journals, but you're going to want something to write and kind of keep track of your baseline, your progress, your thoughts, and answer the questions that I ask you. So the very first thing I want you to do on this journey to self-love is figure out where are you starting from, because if you don't know where you're starting, you don't know when you're making progress, and you don't really know where you're headed, right? Where you're going. So I want you to first think of a scale from 0 to 10. And 10 is going to be 100%. That's exactly it. And 0, the complete opposite. So I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, and just breathe it in if you'd like to, and say the sentence, I love myself deeply and completely. When you say that, how true does that feel? So on that scale from 0 to 10, 10 being 100% and 0 being 0%, where would you put yourself on that scale today when it comes to you loving yourself deeply and completely? So after you go ahead and write down that number, whether it's a 3 or a 5, all good. We're going to move slowly and steadily. So every step is going to take you closer to that 10. Okay, fantastic. So now that you've scaled yourself and you know where you are today, you know where you started. That's always a good thing to know. Okay, so now I want you to write down in your journal, answer the question, how will you know that you love yourself more? And what will be different about your life when you do love yourself? When you notice that the criticism and the judgment has lessened or disappeared, and instead you're filling yourself up and uplifting yourself and encouraging yourself and supporting yourself. What is going to be different about your life? And why do you want to love yourself? And how come now? And then also write about what will prevent you from showing up for yourself. What will stop you from taking action towards loving on yourself and feeling good about who you are? What is going to get in your way? And what do you need to encourage you so that you do show up for yourself every single day and put in the inner work so that you can thrive, so you can discover more of who you are? Or, as I also like to share with my clients, setting a part of yourself free, that part that you're hiding or locking up or keeping secret. What can you do to set yourself free so that you can really fully live this life with the most joy and the most bliss that you possibly can? And then number 3, go ahead and write yourself a commitment to yourself, stating that I, Steph, will show up for myself for at least 15 minutes every single day to do the inner work to nourish my mind and my soul so that my self-love will grow, because you deserve it. You deserve at least 15 minutes a day of just doting and nourishing and discovering who you are and loving who you are. Okay, and the 4th thing I'm going to ask you to do this week, this is where it can get a little tough, but it's also so easy to do that you might just not do it because you're like, that's not going to make a difference anyway. However, the reason why you start it this week on day 1 is because it is so powerful, especially if you do it for the full 90 days. You will experience a transition. You will see that number, that baseline where you started. Whatever that number is you wrote down today when you scaled yourself, you will see it move when you commit to doing 2 to 5 minutes of mirror work a day. What this means is I'm going to ask you to go stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and you're going to give yourself a pep talk. You're going to say kind things to yourself. So whether that's affirmations, which I will be attaching an affirmations video, where it's like 5 minutes of affirmations. And that way, if you're not sure what to say, you can just do the affirmations that I put out there, or until you get to a point where you feel good enough where you're just saying it yourself, okay? So on the first day, the first minute, what I'd like you to do, or however long it takes you, is I want you to start off when you do the mirror work is look yourself in the eyes and apologize to yourself. Apologize for holding yourself back, for not being there for yourself, for criticizing and judging yourself and not treating yourself the way that you really desire and need to be treated. So I think it's really important when we get an apology from ourselves to ourselves, it kind of just unlocks this whole new healing power that we're able to have, and it builds the relationship for ourselves. Think about how good it feels when someone you really care about hurt you and they come and they apologize to you. So that's what I want you to do for yourself, is to apologize to yourself for any wrongdoings that you feel like you've done to yourself, or anything that you've done to hold yourself back or not believe in yourself, or maybe you believed the critics, or you believed the people who were saying hurtful things about you, and you bought into what they were saying and you thought maybe they're right, instead of honoring who you are and believing yourself. And you only have to do the apology on day one unless you want to do it more. And then go ahead and say affirmations, give yourself a pep talk, say things to yourself that you needed to hear as a child, as a teenager, in your 20s, in your 30s, and whatever age you are right now. Just think about the journey of your life and the things that you needed to hear, but you didn't hear, or you didn't hear enough, or maybe you forgot that you heard it at all, right? So say these things to yourself in the mirror now. What did you need to hear from your friends, from your lovers, from your parents, from anyone else in your life, your teachers, your whoever you have built relationships with in your life? What did you need to hear from them that you didn't hear? Spend time telling yourself those things when you're looking in the mirror, looking at your eyes in the mirror. So this is really, really important to do. Please do not skip this. I know it's so easy to not do it because I'm asking for only 2 to 5 minutes, but it's really important that you dedicate 2 to 5 minutes every single day doing this. Make it part of your morning routine or your bedtime routine, and this is going to be really powerful for you. The other thing you'll be doing this week is a breathing exercise that connects you to your breath and your body, so you can discover and become aware of how your breath and body interact. So make sure you do that video as well daily. So this week you're going to answer these questions that I asked you today. You're going to do mirror work daily, and you're going to do the breathing exercise daily. So that should take about 20 minutes of your day just to nourish your mind and your soul. You've got this, and I'm here for you. I'm encouraging you. I'm excited for you. I'm so excited to go on this journey with you. So make sure to hit that like and the subscribe, and please engage in the comments. Let me know your progress, your challenges, your favorite thing to say in the mirror. And we as a community will cheer you on. Have an awesome day.